Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Meghan Markle's Netflix holiday special, With Love Meghan, Holiday Celebration, arrives today, marking her return to the screen for a festive edition of her lifestyle series. The totally not Christmas special follows the release of the show's debut season in March, which was widely criticized, and a second season in August, which was filmed at the same time as the first, despite being positioned as an additional season. Prince Harry did not appear in that second season, but he does make a cameo in the holiday installment. He appears briefly in the 65-second trailer as the couple share a kiss in the kitchen. "I love the holiday season," Meghan says in a voiceover in the trailer. "It's about finding time to connect with the people we love, embracing traditions and making new ones." The special features Meghan trying festive crafts, decorating and baking. She's seen placing gifts into red and white advent calendars labelled Archie and Lily for their children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. Guest appearances will include tennis player Naomi Osaka, chef Tom Colicchio, restaurateur Will Guidara, and close friends Kelly Zafjan and Lindsay Roth. The trailer also shows Meghan selecting a Christmas tree and leaving biscuits and hot chocolate for Santa by a fireplace. In addition to the trailer, Netflix also shared an official poster in November showing Meghan in an emerald one-shouldered gown at a holiday table decorated with garlands and glass baubles. A press release from Archwell Productions says the special will invite viewers to join Meghan in Montecito for a magical holiday celebration. Together, friends and family deck the halls, create holiday feasts, craft heartfelt gifts, and share lots of laughs with simple how-tos to follow at home. It's a holiday wonder with warmth, tradition, and a generous dose of joy. The timing of the special's release coincides with a major royal event as the royal family is set to welcome the President of Germany to Windsor Castle during his state visit to the UK. Royal expert Richard Fitzwilliams tells The Mirror, "She has not made a great success of With Love so far, so her Christmas show is a test because if she doesn't get an A-lister for it, it's doomed." He also cites the lack of star power on the cooking shows. "You do not find well-known names. As far as I can see, she has got one A-list friend, Serena Williams, who she has been friends with for a long time, but she hasn't got A-list backing in Hollywood." Meghan is preparing to make a series of brief on-screen appearances in new films and television projects as part of a wider effort to strengthen the profile of her lifestyle brand. Executives at Netflix, together with advisors at the Hollywood agency WME, are encouraging the Duchess of Sussex to take on selective guest roles in order to bolster the visibility of her as-ever line. A senior Hollywood source said, "Meghan is very much facing a make-or-break year with her brand, and as her commercial partners, Netflix has a vested interest in seeing her succeed." The production executive emphasized that these appearances should not be interpreted as the beginning of a return to acting. "This is not, as some have suggested, Meghan dipping her toe in the water prior to a full-blown return to the screen. It's actually just the start of a campaign to raise her profile prior to establishing her as a leading influencer and entrepreneur, a direction her advisors and handlers at WME are helping her follow." WME is understood to be receiving a high volume of offers for Meghan and is helping her decide which cameos and interviews best align with her commercial ambitions. The Hollywood source added, "Netflix boss Ted Sarandos and the rest of the board see the coming year as crucial for her. The hope is that holding hands with Netflix, she really hits the big time as a celebrity influencer and entrepreneur. That's the aim." A source at rival studio Disney told The Mail on Sunday, "People find it curious that Meghan seems to be professionally wooing Jeff Bezos, but to be brutally frank, who can blame her? Bezos has all the money in the world and is one of the few people who can afford to bankroll any future project of hers." A separate source at WME added, "The Duchess is a smart businesswoman and very much control of her career and where she sees it going. Of course, people are talking about her connection to Jeff Bezos and the fact she's chosen to star in an Amazon film, but there are very few big players in town, and she has two of them, Netflix and Amazon. She's a canny businesswoman. Underestimate her at your peril." More Palace in just a moment. By the way, if you're sick of commercials and want to buy yourself a little Christmas gift, why not buy a subscription to Caloroga Shark Media? For just $4.99 a month, you get this show and hundreds of others commercial free. And it's $4.99 a month. You get the first month free. Just hit that button up top there on the Apple player that says Listen Uninterrupted and give us a try. And we really, really appreciate the support you give to us behind the scenes here. Meghan's special overshadows a visit from the President of Germany this week as the King is hosting the first incoming state visit by a German head of state in 27 years. Frank-Walter Steinmeier will be received by the King and Queen at Windsor Castle. The King last visited Germany in 2023, accompanied by the Queen for his first overseas state visit since acceding to the throne. He received a standing ovation after becoming the first British monarch to address the Bundestag, telling members he wished to renew the pledge of friendship between our nations. The program begins today when William and Kate will represent the monarch at Heathrow Airport, officially receiving the President and First Lady on British soil before accompanying them to Windsor. Their presence at the arrival is becoming something of a hallmark. The Waleses undertook similar duties during the French and American state visits earlier this year, reflecting their increasingly visible role at the forefront of the United Kingdom's most significant diplomatic relationships. Royal commentator Tracy Chevron notes the shift, saying, "For the third time this year, William and Kate have been placed front and center of a state visit, demonstrating their growing status at the heart of the monarchy. While the King and Queen are still the main players when foreign presidents come to visit, the Prince and Princess of Wales are playing ever more prominent roles. In July, it was William and Kate who were on the tarmac at RAF Northolt to greet French President Emmanuel Macron and wife Bridget, before travelling to Windsor with them, and in September they welcomed US President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania when they stepped out of the Marine One helicopter at Windsor Castle. With the King still undergoing treatment for cancer, it's no surprise that his son and heir is stepping up and taking on greater responsibilities, something we can expect to see him and Kate doing a lot more of in the future. We can also expect a lot of opinion pieces about the diverging roles taken by the Sussex and Wales families. Once the official welcome has taken place, the King and Queen will greet the President and Miss Bundenbender on Datchet Road as ceremonial gun salutes are fired both at Windsor and from the Tower of London. A carriage procession will then convey the royal hosts and their guests into Windsor Castle for a formal welcome and a review of the Guard of Honour in the quadrangle. The first afternoon includes a luncheon in the state dining room with members of the royal family, followed by a private tour of a Royal Collection exhibition focused on historic ties with Germany, curated specially for the occasion in the Green Drawing Room. Away from Windsor, the President will hold meetings with the Prime Minister and attend engagements with UK and German business leaders. Meanwhile, the First Lady will visit Judith Kerr Primary School in South London to mark its connection to the celebrated German-born British author of The Tiger Who Came to Tea. The day's proceedings will culminate in a state banquet at Windsor Castle where white tie, military orders and tiaras will be the order of the evening. The Princess of Wales has already made headlines twice this year in striking gowns paired with the Lover's Knot tiara. She may opt for a German designer or observe the colours of Germany's flag as a diplomatic gesture. Both the King and the President will deliver speeches before the traditional four-course dinner begins. On Thursday, the President and Miss Bundenbender will privately visit St. George's Chapel to lay flowers at the tomb of Queen Elizabeth II. They will then join the King and Queen for a reception highlighting community volunteering held in partnership with the Big Help Out. A viewing of the state sleigh follows, the ornate winter carriage designed by Prince Albert for Queen Victoria, a reminder of the royal family's German heritage and of the Christmas traditions that cross the channel with them, including the exchange of gifts on Christmas Eve. After completing their joint engagements, Majesties will take leave of their guests. The President and First Lady will continue to Westminster, where they will lay a wreath at the grave of the unknown warrior before addressing members of both houses at the Palace of Westminster. Further visits include the German Embassy, the Royal Courts of Justice, where Ms. Bundenbender will meet the Lady Chief Justice for a discussion on women in law, and engagements at Bobby Moore Academy and the V&A Storehouse. On Thursday evening, the Princess Royal and Vice Admiral Sir Tim Lawrence will join the President and First Lady at a banquet at Guildhall, hosted by the Lady Mayor and the City of London Corporation, and the visit concludes on Friday with a poignant ceremony at Coventry Cathedral. The German President will lay a wreath in the ruins of the original cathedral, destroyed during the Second World War, alongside the Duke of Kent, before touring the modern cathedral and attending a prayer service dedicated to peace and reconciliation. The itinerary ends with visits to Siemens Healthineers and the University of Oxford before the President and First Lady return home. The state visit reciprocates Their Majesty's first overseas tour when they travelled to Germany in March of 23, a reminder of the long and deeply woven relationship between the two nations and of the growing role the Prince and Princess of Wales now play in representing the modern monarchy on the international stage. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice, and leave us a nice review if you're enjoying the show. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.